Slimehouse TV, myself, Theo, hope everybody is blessed. Gonna have a bit of a catch up with you today, got lots of new stuff in, gonna show you some of the new things that I've acquired, been out and about doing some collaborations and things, so yeah, just gonna tell you a little bit about it in today's episodes, and show you some of the stuff that I've acquired whilst on those little missions out and about and meeting up with people. Before I get into any of that though, I just want to say that tonight, Turgo goes live. By the time that you've seen this video, Turgo will have already been out. The action figure that I've spent all this time making with Rainbow Yarn, that actually goes live tonight. As of me recording this, it is the 2nd of December, so he goes live tonight at 8 PM. By now, hopefully, by the time this video drops, he's all sold out and on the way to people all around the world, so just want to say a massive thank you for that in advance. And also, if you did miss out on getting a Turgo, you really wanted one, or you wasn't in a position where you was able to buy one, but you want to support the Turgo movement and the little hype that we've got going on at the minute, you can buy one of my exclusive art prints. These are limited to 50. They come with a limited edition trading card. These are available right now over at slimehousestore.com. There's still some left, so if you want to be part of the little Turgo hype train that we've got going on at the minute, you want to be part of that event, you want to support Slimehouse in a smaller way, then you can buy one of them right now. They're £20 plus postage, and I will be personally signing them and sending them out wherever they need to be in the world. So yeah, slimehousestore.com for that. So first of all, I want to shout out my friend Kaiju McCartney over on Instagram. This is a guy that imports a load of Japanese exclusives over here to England and then puts them on his UK eBay store so that people like me who are not in Japan right now can pick up a little something, and that's exactly what I did. When I saw that he'd put so much cool stuff on his eBay store, he'd had such a good lot in imported from Japan, I had to get involved because his prices were really, really nice, and I thought, do you know what? If I'm not buying this stuff, then who is? So yeah, I pulled the trigger and bought a couple of little bits off Kaiju to support what he's doing, and hopefully we'll be really happy with the stuff that's in this box. So yeah, there he is, Kaiju McCartney. I'll put his Instagram handle down below, and if you want to head over to his eBay store as well, you'll see a bunch of Japanese exclusive stuff over here in England at real nice prices. So yeah man, shouts to my guy for that. So this is the first thing that I got off him. I bought two things. This is the first one. So this is they're actually quite heavy as well. It's heavier than I expected. This is a cool bag of, an old rack toy bag actually from Japan, of little coloured Keshi characters, all from the Japanese Tokusatsu Kaiju series Zone Fighter. And just for that header card alone, absolutely awesome. Little bit of trivia about Zone Fighter as well. This was a TV series that was kind of set in the same universe as the Godzilla Showa era. So Godzilla's in quite a few episodes. Gigan and King Ghidorah also turn up as well. Whether it's canon or not, I don't know, but it's really cool to see Godzilla in a TV series. So yeah, as you know, I love that late 70s Tokusatsu Kaiju stuff, so I had to pull the trigger on them, and I love brightly coloured Keshi as well. I've got so many of them that I can never get enough of them. And the second thing that's in here is, again, wrapped up really nice. So this is a poster. Now, he's got lots of posters, probably still on his eBay store. He's probably got lots still there because he had like 20 posters, and the prices of them were so cheap. I had to get involved. I had to do it, even though I've got so many posters and not enough wall space for all the posters that I own. I've told you before, I have to switch them around in my house and stuff. So I have also got some posters to show you later. I also unboxed a load of posters in that recent episode that I did where I had moisturizer on my nose and I showed you all those VHS and things. So again, yeah, I've got more posters than any one man would ever need, but I had to get this because it was awesome. Not even the biggest fan of this movie. As you'll know, if you watch that Cosmic Toys episode that we did recently, I came back with a cool Bandai Mothra figure from one of the Mothra movies that I'm not even the biggest fan of, but I love the look of the movies, I love the puppetry in them, I love the kaiju in them, and I love the art style and stuff, so I had to get this. So check that bad boy. I just love the artwork on it. I love that design of Mothra. It's all in Japanese. It's a really big poster, but I thought, do you know what? In the new studio, I'm thinking of having one of the walls blue. That's just going to look really nice on there. But I just thought it was wicked. I thought, do you know what? And it was like 20 quid for that poster as well. So I thought, do you know what? 20 quid for an exclusive Japanese poster. I'm going in. I'm having that. It's a real nice piece. And I like to support my boy. I like to support people that are doing cool things, as you know. This is a guy that's importing so much stuff over from Japan and Mandarake and that kind of thing. So wanted to support it. Wanted to show what he's doing is a good thing and that people like me appreciate it. And if you're into that and you go over to his eBay store and you make a purchase as well, obviously you're someone that appreciates it also. So speaking of posters, again, if you did watch the episode recently where you saw that I unboxed all those VHS and those old movie posters, I said that these were all from a guy down in Cornwall, and I bought a bunch off him, and then I got paid for a job, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to buy some more because that shop is soon going to be open to the public, and I want to make sure that there's nothing there that I've not rinsed through before it gets open to the public while I've got the opportunity to do so. So it would it would have been silly for me not to go in again and buy a few things. So I feel like now I've kind of rinsed every single thing that I would want from that shop, unless he finds a bunch more stuff that I didn't know about. But the first thing that I've got to show you is a couple more posters that I got off him. So this is an old video shop poster. Check that, look, Child's Play. And I've not looked through these since they've been delivered, by the way. I looked at one on the top and I put it on my Instagram, which was Puma Man. But I haven't had a look through the bags. What I do basically is I get my friend to send me a photograph of the shelves and I just circle all the ones that I want, and I only get to see the spines a lot of the time because there's so many to go through. So I haven't actually had a look through these. But check how awesome that is. That's an old Child's Play movie poster, Warner Home Video. Just another nice one to have. And why these are cool is because you can put them in a folder. You can put these in because they're like, what, A2 size? So you can buy an A2 art folder and you can just put a bunch of these in it and have it just like as a big coffee table book. This one here is a gift from my friend Phil, who sorted me out the deal. Check that, he threw that in as well. That's an old video shop poster of Freddy vs. Jason. I have never been so hyped for a film as a kid. When I was a little kid and this was coming out, I was so hyped for it. I dreamt about seeing Freddy vs. Jason for years. And finally seeing it on the big screen was such a dope moment for me. And yeah, it didn't disappoint. Some people didn't like it, but me as like a 15-year-old kid, I thought it was the best thing ever. So that's awesome, man. That's really cool. That's also going to go in my folder of posters, in my big coffee table style book of posters that I've got that I've been saving for years. I'll show it you one day. I'll show it you. I'll get it out and we can look at it one day on an episode. Check that. From a Whisper to a Scream with Vincent Price. I believe that was the last movie that Vincent Price ever worked on. If not, I might be wrong. As you know, sometimes my knowledge on movies is a little hazy. But I'll get close-up photos of all these for you, obviously. But I've always really liked that poster. Vincent Price looks awesome. He's got the rotting hand there with the little haunted house down below, the haunted-looking house. And just another really, really cool poster. And for the prices that I was getting these for, like, you would get anything. I'm just like, yeah, I'll take it, I'll take it. So, let's get into some VHS. I'll just start stacking them up like we do. In fact, I'll stack them here. And already, I'm seeing some absolute banger titles. So, what we got? Jackie Chan, The Protector on Warner Home Video. Scorpion Thunderbolt with Richard Harrison. Never seen that one, but that looks incredible. I'm going to get like a VHS player set up in the studio so that when I'm working I can just have it on in the background. I've got it already, I just not set it up yet. Spectres, another one that I've never seen before. Sometimes these have like different titles to what I might know them as, but look at that, that doesn't even have a title on the spine. You're not selling that one very well, are you? You got here, Kathy's Curse. That one I just went in just because I like the cover. That's one of the ones that I did see the cover, and I've never seen that film before. I just thought, yo, that cover's incredible, so I had to get that. Look how mad this is. It says, I sent Mummy to the madhouse. The butler's scared to death. I threw Nanny out the window. Now 3 of us are left. My daddy, my dolly, and me. Kathy's Curse. Looks like a little bit of a mad one. Oh, this is real nice. Check this, Tiger Joe on an old clamshell. These are the ones that I like the most on these old clamshells. These are the ones that are usually quite mouldy inside. Not too bad, little bit of mould. You can clean it off, and I've been looking how to clean it off more and more. You can like open up your VHS player and run it through with like a cloth in your hand and some special cleaner and stuff. So no doubt I'll have a whole day doing that at one point, and I'll probably video it for the channel as well. Make a little archive video out of it. But yeah, really like those old like Vietnam Rambo kind of rip-offs. And this one is also, surprisingly, signed by someone. He said that actually, because one of them signed. So it looks like it could be signed by David Warbeck, who is the guy that starred in this movie. Signed by David Warbeck. Just a little added extra, a nice little happy accident. That is awesome. Who's next? I'll have to cover that one up because it's got some naked female chest there. So we'll cover that one up so that we don't get demonetized. We've also got The Creeper by Knife, by Rope, by Axe. Another one that I've not seen before. You see, as a kid, we would watch these like back to back, so sometimes you forget which ones you've seen. We'd watch like 10 in a row, and quite often they would all just blur into one, and you would forget what the titles are and things. But every now and again, I'll put one of these on, and I'm like, I swear I saw this as a kid. I remember this scene, I remember that death. When you're a kid, a lot of the times, you just watch these for the death scenes. You don't even know what the story is. Ooh, check that. Real nice one by the legendary Lucio Fulci. Love me a bit of Lucio Fulci. Sodoman's Ghost. Real nice one there. Real nice cover. Bloody Psycho. Another Lucio Fulci. Lucio Fulci presenter. This looks like it's Italian. It looks like it's in. It looks like it's all foreign. So that's awesome. Nice when you've got like a little bit of foreign variation on your shelf. We've got a bunch of VTC. Knocking my mic over there. Got a bunch of VTC. So I talked before about these VTC covers are really nice. They're all in gold. They look really cool on the shelf. So I basically bought some last time, and this time I just said, look, any VTC, I'll just take all of them because they all look really nice when they're displayed. They're a real nice like display altogether. So we got the Changeling, another classic. We got Liquid Sky, Not one that I've seen, but my sister might have seen that one. It looks like the kind of thing she would watch. The Ark of the Sun God. Check that cover. You can't beat those old like fantasy adventure painted covers. So dope. The Black Cat, another absolute classic, needs no introduction. Possession with Sam Neill, another one that my sister no doubt really likes. The Incubus, you're starting to see like a pattern now with these gold VTC covers. They like re-release movies that are already been out under the VTC label. And normally I'm not really a big fan of that, but when it comes to VTC, I don't know, I just got a soft spot for them. It's called Murder Baby, another one that I've not seen, at least I don't remember seeing it, but this is a top shelf mystery thriller. Could be a Jello. Not a Jello I've heard of, but I could put it on and within 3 seconds know if it's a Jello or not, just because they usually start with very distinct music and like title cards and things. Well, this is one that I did see. This is one that was on the top. I put this on my Instagram because I just couldn't not when I saw it. Puma Man. So I've never seen Puma Man, but I have seen the Mystery Science Theatre version when they're watching Puma Man, which made it a bit of a cult classic as well. But having it in that cover, in that original release with no certificate or anything, how cool is that? It just looks like absolute gold there. Those are the ones that you want on your shelf. I'm not bothered about having stuff like Pulp Fiction and Game of Death and all those like classic movies. I'll keep them on 4K Blu-ray. These are the ones that I want on my VHS shelf. These real obscure ones. Malperatuis with Orson Welles, another one that I've not seen, but got a really, really dope cover there. I spoke about it before. VHS art is my favourite artwork of all time. The movie poster art and the VHS art, it all rolls into one. It's without doubt, my favourite kind of art of all time. Star Night, don't know what that one is, but it's on Vestron International Video. You know I like a Vestron release, and looking at the back, it looks a bit like Rage War or Dungeon Master, as it's also called. We called it Rage War over here on the VHS that I've got. But looks like you've got a dude that's jumping through different time zones, maybe, because there's a spaceship there, but then there's a guy in a suit of armour. There's what looks like a dude in like robotic space armour fighting an orc. Definitely looks like my cup of tea. That's one that I'm definitely going to enjoy checking out for the first time ever. Assassin, look at that cover! Tell me that ain't one of the dopest covers you've ever seen. Half robot, half man, with his gun there almost making him look like he's got a Darth Vader helmet with a robotic arm. Like, there was a whole plethora of Terminator rip-offs that came out around the time of the original Terminator release, and this is just one of them. But yeah, again, I've not seen that for years, and when I did see it, it was on like a really grainy rip. This is probably not going to be much better. I'm talking about it like it's a 4K Blu-ray, but yeah, completely mold-free, so hopefully that's a nice version, and I can enjoy sitting down and watching that when we've got the studio all set up. And the last one from that bag, Garden of Death. One that, again, I've not seen. There's so many here that I've not seen. The first bunch that I bought a lot that I'd seen before that I knew. This time when I looked through, I goes, you know what, I'm just going to go ham with any that's got a really dope cover and title. So Garden of Death, it looks like, yeah, some crazy, like, killer garden that kills these beautiful women and, yeah, more evil than the dead. So yeah, it's basically saying that it's more evil than Evil Dead. There's that infamous scene in the original Evil Dead where the girl gets taken out and attacked by a tree. This looks like a whole movie of that. Probably got lots of reverse photography of vines wrapped around girls' arms and then pulling them away and then reversing it to look like the tree's attacking her. So that's that bag. Okay, we've got another bag full. So how many have we got there so far? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've got 21 there. And probably another 20 odd in this bag. So yeah, like 40 tapes altogether. Straight away, absolute classic George Romero, Season of the Witch. Check that, that's a real nice cover and a real nice release as well. Astra Video. This is a release that I've not seen before. That's why. Check this for old school Betamax. What do you know about Betamax? He did say, he goes, some of them are Betamax. Do you care? I goes, hell no, I don't care. I love Betamax. So yeah, check that. Look how little that tape is. Little cute one. Betamax was something a bit like HD DVDs when they came out, something that didn't last very long, a lot like laser discs and things, and for a short space of time you could buy little tiny versions of videos. I remember once when I was a kid at the car boot, I bought the Ghoulies thinking it was a big box VHS and it was a Betamax, and was quite disappointed. Nowadays I would love that, but as a kid, knowing that I couldn't watch the Ghoulies because it was Betamax and I didn't have a Betamax player was quite harrowing. Avenging Angel. Look at the state of that release, man. Look, that is absolutely terrible. But I've got like King Kong Escapes on one of these releases when they were getting those Japanese films and films from the Far East sent over here and repackaged and dubbed so that we could watch them. Quite often they came in really terrible covers like that. In a nice clamshell, but like that's probably got some really cool painted artwork. We just didn't get that. We got like a really grainy, blown up screenshot from the movie in like a dirty sepia tone. Oh, we got some more VTC bad boys. We've got Fort Apache, the Bronx, another classic there. We've got a Force of One. What do you know about a Force of One? And then we've also got another version of the Black Cat because, yeah, the Black Cat's a classic. So have we got 2 versions of the Black Cat on VTC? That's interesting. It must have been so popular that they released it twice. Check that. The Black Cat. To be fair, I think I've got like 3 versions of Possession as well now. I'm going to have the dopest VHS display, aren't I? When I eventually get round to doing that big VHS display that I keep talking about, I've got like 5 times the amount of what I've got here in this bag. It's going to be a really, really dope display. So what else have we got? Check that cover there. Kung Fu Emperor. You don't know that's an amazing cover. I can tell you that the film doesn't actually look like that, but yeah, that cover anyway is really, really awesome. We've also got Shadow of the Werewolf here, a film that I've never seen. It's got a terrible cover, and it also looks like it's got Jamie Lee Curtis on the back from Halloween with, I don't know, I've never seen that one. Paul Nashi and Gabby Fuchs. I think if it starred Jamie Lee Curtis, it would probably say it on the front cover, would it not? But yeah, maybe not. That's a weird anomaly one that I'm going to have to look into. I just like the look of the cover. It was just like, you know, like bad good. Rest in pieces. Check this bad boy. You gotta love it. There's so many old VHS horror movies where it's just a dude reaching towards the screen with like a zombie bitten hand, and yeah, I can never get enough of them. Got some gnarly makeup effects as well. Check that. Like his cheek is all bit off with his teeth exposed. Love it. Appointment with Fear. I always liked that cover when we went to Spires and Squires' house. He had the nice poster of that, so I had to pick that one up. Ghost Keeper, another one that I've got to familiarise myself with. I can almost guarantee, though, that the creature that's in this movie, looking at the back of it, looks nothing like that dope thing that's on the front cover there. Check that, it's like a mad chicken devil. So, yeah, I can guarantee that the thing in the movie looks nowhere near as cool as that does. Evil Speak, an absolute classic about a killer computer. Again, not seen that for many, many years. Probably 10 years since I last watched Evil Speak. So, yeah, why not go back and watch it on a mad old grainy VHS tape, the way that this stuff was intended to be seen. We got more VTC releases. Another copy of Possession. What was I saying? Because I've got like 10 different copies of Possession in various forms. Another VTC release. So there's one there. We've got that version of Possession, VTC release, and that one as well. The Devonsville Terror, one that I've never seen, but I know it's got Donald Pleasance in it, so guaranteed to be a banger. And then Death Watch as well, another nice VTC release there. This one looks like an absolute banger. Banger galore, check that. The Varro Mission, never seen this before. Check the state of that cover, like really weird acrylic painted cover. And the back looks absolutely abysmal, like real pink sepia, like sepia but pink. When they look like they're filmed in a bottle of vinegar, like this looks like it's absolutely terrible. I love it. That old clamshell. I love that feel. That smell. Women in Cages, absolute classic. Soft flesh for hard cash. White meat on the black market. What do you know about this one? If you've seen Planet Terror, the Grindhouse movie made by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, you'll know that this famously shows up in one of those scenes. So, yeah, had to get that. Body Snatchers. Not Invasion of the Body Snatchers, just straight Body Snatchers. Another one with an absolute banger of a cover. It's also got some writing on the back of it. Looks like that was when it was like from an old VHS rental shop or something, just a bit of information. Or maybe they came from somebody who was such a big collector of them that he or she liked to list facts about the movie on the back. I'd be lying if I didn't also do that myself as a kid as well. That one's got some terrible mold. Check that. That's like an example of really bad mold where all of the tape is literally white. But again, I've been working out how to clean that off. So yeah, no doubt there'll be a video coming up at some point where I go through a bunch of these and clean them. Last few in this bag. Last VTC release, The Mac, some cool old blaxploitation. Pimps, pushers and prostitutes create their own law. The Mac and his pack. The Dead of Night, a cover painted by the same dude, I believe, who did Appointment with Fear. Might be wrong, but looks like very similar work. A guy that works in very similar colours. And another one that Spires and Squires had the original movie poster of when we went to visit his collection. Need to stop knocking my mic over. So we've got The Devil Within Her that was just sold completely on the cover alone. Check that. You've got like a baby in a cart with the devil coming to take it. The devil coming to consume it, all obviously riding off the back of Rosemary's Baby. But yeah, absolutely love that cover, as terrible as it is. Look at that baby's face. Mysterious Planet, another one that gets sold purely on the cover alone. We've got a dude with a mustache and a mullet, shirtless with a torn leather vest on, blasting some kind of laser cannon in some spaceport. Like, that itself just sells it. And if you look at the back, I'll get some close-ups of these, obviously. This mad ogre mountain, a two-headed King Ghidorah snail. We've got a piranha fish that's walking on land, a weird zombie dude. All stuff that you want to see in a movie. Never seen this one, surprisingly, but don't know that it's one that I'm going to absolutely enjoy checking out for the first time. We got the last two. Got Mongrel, which is a classic. There was like a whole little fad of making movies about killer dogs back in the day, like Man's Best Friend and stuff. And Mongrel is another absolute classic, so I had to get that one. Love that cover as well. Jeez, so many of them piling up like Jenga blocks. The Edge of Terror, always love this style of font whenever I like try and recreate a piece of art that's like reminiscent or a homage to VHS cover artwork. I always like to do the red and yellow kind of offset kind of vibe, and I really love that, and it always works so well when you've got the dope painted cover. And then the last one, last but certainly not least, we've got the Demon, another really, really cool painted cover. Don't know if I've seen this one. I've seen Demons and Demon Wind and Night of the Demons and all these other movies. The Demon on its own, I don't know if I've seen it before, but looks very much like my jam. So yeah, was that enough VHS for you? I told you I went hard with the VHS from this guy. There might be a couple more, 10 more or something that I get off him just because my friend's driving down there and it would be rude not to get something. But he's definitely got a couple more posters that I want to pick up as well. So back to the toys. I've picked up a couple of really cool toys recently. If you've been following my little journey with this toy line for a while, you'll know that I've been trying to pick up all the Funko Killer Clowns from Outer Space figures. I've had ones sent over from America. I've got ones from Funko directly. I've had friends that have got them in America and then brought them over to me. I've had to punch some in the face to get them out of the boxes that they put them in and graded my toys without even asking. And I thought I'd got them all. And then I found out that they were releasing Clownzilla, which is the giant clown monster from the end finale scene of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And when I saw that they was releasing this thing, I thought it was going to be massive. I thought it was going to be big. I thought it was going to be like the size of this thing. This is something that my friend Tobias sent me when he saw that I were doing the Dragon Ball Z watch-along stuff. He sent me this as a gift, and I really like it. The dragon from Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm not that much into Funko, but there's the odd one that they released that are just fire, and this is one of them, so check that. I thought it was going to be like that size. Unfortunately, when it arrived, well, I said unfortunately, it still looks nice with the rest of the set. It's like the size of the other clowns. But from day one, the scale of these Funko Killer Clowns has been all over the place. So yeah, we just have to deal with that. But it's another really cool piece. I'm going to get it out of the box because I've not even looked at it yet. Got my friend Mason one of these as well because he was also after it from the Lonely Tree Entertainment YouTube channel. And I'll get some shots of this thing, no doubt. I'm not grabbing them all now off the shelf, but I'll get some shots of it next to the other ones. But yeah, strangely, he's probably one of the smallest that they've done yet, even though in the movie it's like as big as King Kong. So not sure why it's so small, but very cool figure. Was really hard to get as well. This is one that again was sent to me by my friend Manga Spawn over in America, who picked it up directly from Funko and then sent me two over to England. This has now been made available on Funko Europe, so next time I think I'm just going to hold out until they get made available in Funko Europe. But I swear this was like a Hot Topic Scare Fair exclusive, so I didn't even think that we'd be able to get them over here, but yeah, apparently you can. But yeah, really weird that it's so small, considering it's supposed to be like the kaiju version of the Killer Clowns, but not complaining. It's nice to have one and it will look awesome with the rest of the boys in the set. Just kind of getting to a point now where I'm like, is that it? Are they going to stop doing them? Or with this new Killer Clowns game coming out, are we going to get a load more? Either way, I'm in it now. I'm in too deep to not be collecting them, so I guarantee when the next one drops, I'll be gunning for that one as well. Something else that I did recently as well, I went out with my friend Squircle Kid, who is a dude that makes dope Sofubi pieces, and he always does his pieces tied in with like an event. I interviewed him when we was at the last ToyCon event, and he basically produced like 200 of these big Sofubis, Squircle Kid, where he's like hide and seeking around a corner, and he gave them away for free. He hid little codes for them all over England. He did it so that you were like never 20 minutes away from one of these codes if you went out looking for them, and he put them out all over England. And he's just a cool guy that does really cool stuff, and he's doing a clothing line at the minute, so I went out and did some modeling for him. I know, modeling, me, right? But he asked me to do it, and obviously I love cool clothing, so I goes, yeah, I'm more than down. I want to support. I'll put some cool clothes on and take some pictures. So we went out to a few cool locations that I know around the city, like some abandoned places, and then we also went to a place called the Indie Arcade in Sheffield, where my friend Jason has a toy stall in there. And while we were there, I picked up this guy, Snakeface. So this is a Masters of the Universe figure that I just needed for my collection that I didn't have. I've got pretty much every single Masters of the Universe figure complete. I've had them years. I collected the Motu 15 years ago when a lot of people weren't bothered about them. But this is a guy that I never had, so I still need to get his shield. I believe I've got a spare staff for him because I've got a box full of Masters of the Universe pieces that I've showed before on this channel. So I think I've got his staff, but I still need his shield. But he was a really nice price, and yeah, when I looked online, there was double the price that I paid for this with people bidding for them on eBay. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm copying that. Shouts to Jason for the nice price on that. So just funny. I haven't bought a Masters of the Universe figure for 10 years, 10 plus years, and I found one that I need. So now the only ones that I needed are Sorceress and Scareglow. They're the only ones that I need, and I've got every single Masters of the Universe figure, missing a couple of pieces like Ninja, his hood and his weapons, and Clamp Champ's clamp. But other than that, got every single Masters of the Universe figure other than Scareglow and Sorceress. So yeah, nice to add this to the collection. So the next thing that I've got to look at is something that was gifted to me by a company called Saber Customs. So no secret to what it is, obviously, in the name alone, and this is not the first one of these types of things that I've unboxed on this channel before. I think this is like the third one that I've looked at now from different companies. I don't know what it is. People just love sending me their own versions of lightsabers that they make, so thank you, because I really enjoy swinging them around on my front garden, and obviously you like to see me do it. So this one, again, was sent to me by Saber Customs. This is like a cool lightsaber made by their company, so looking forward to having a look inside and seeing how it differs from the other ones that I've been sent in the past. So when this company got in touch with me, I purposely picked a lightsaber that was very different to the ones that I've reviewed on the channel before. I like to keep things different, and obviously I don't want a bunch of lightsabers that all look the same in my collection. So this is one that I picked that was a little bit different, and you'll see why in a second. So when I've had lightsabers sent before, sometimes I get to choose which lightsaber I want when the company gets in touch. Sometimes they'll say, we want you to specifically look at this one. Sometimes they'll give you like a few options. When I got the first ever lightsaber sent me, I went for something that was like bright and colourful. The second one that I got sent was one that they asked me to look at. This one, again, I got to choose my own with this company, Saber Customs. And I went for something that was all black and stealthy. Something that was like a real like Sith looking lightsaber, because I didn't have a Sith looking one. So yeah, wanted to go for something a bit different, and straight away I'm seeing that this is really nice and sturdy. I don't know if these are ones that are made for fighting, if they're made for doing fight scenes and stuff, but I'd be very confident in bashing this against someone else's lightsaber, knowing that it's not going to break too easily. If you're like me and you're a filmmaker, you might want to film some fan films and stuff with these and do some fight scenes, and it's nice to know that you can whack them against each other without anything getting too broken. So we've got some little screws and Allen keys and things. I'm like an expert at putting these things together now. So we've got the manual here by Saber Customs. It looks like you can download an app to help you program this lightsaber. I usually like to work out how to do it by pressing the button. I don't want to have things attached to my phone, but if you want to do that, then you have got the option. Now, you are supposed to charge these all the way to the top, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to play with it now with a little bit of charge in it, just so you can see how it works, and then I'll give it a proper charge when I get some hero shots of it and stuff after.
Standard mode.
There we go. It's working. Sorry if anybody's got like epilepsy or anything. I shouldn't do that into camera, should I? Yeah, straight away feels really nice in the hand. The sound effects are good. The colours are good. I'll get the beam attached to it, and then we can have a proper look at the features. No, turn off. So you just Allen key these little plugs inside that hold the blade in place. And you can kind of tighten them as tight as you want, depending on what you plan on doing with the lightsaber. And if you're like me and you're going to spin it around like a crazy person, then I like to get these nice and tight. You only have to really do this once if you don't plan on taking it off its handle, off its hilt, off the emitter, or whatever you want to call it. So let's see what colours we can get.
Colour change.
Colour change. Okay. What we got now? Is it going to do like RGB? We got like a pink colour. I don't know if you can see. It's like a cool pink colour. Oh, it's going to like a red now. Maybe like flashing between like a pink and a red, that beam.
Colour selected.
Colour selected. Going white, a little bit of Ahsoka, a bit of Ahsoka vibes. Going into some blue. So what I like to do whenever I review a lightsaber is I like to have a good read through the book, find out how it works, all the different functions, how to change the colours and the sound effects and that kind of thing, and then take it out and have a play with it. So I'll cut to that footage now. That's something that I'll film at the end of this video when I've done doing it. And yeah, you'll be seeing that right about now. So what I've got here is the Saber Customs Dueling Xenopixel V3. Smooth swing with infinite colour changing lights. And as you can see, the one I went for has got the cool slick matte black grip that's made from some kind of nice weighted steel, so it feels really good in your hand when you're spinning it around and reenacting scenes from your favourite Star Wars movies or games or TV shows, or like me, just swinging it about on a council estate and getting weird looks from neighbours. It comes with a 92cm blade, so just shy of a meter in length, and has a wide variety of different colour changing and sound effects features, and also reacts and flashes when you hit it against objects and surfaces. Now, I wasn't going to download the app for this thing because I just don't like adding more things to my phone, but I decided to give it a go, and honestly, it just made changing the colours and the sound effects and everything so much easier, so I'm really glad that I did. It also just connects via Bluetooth, so it's not like a big complex process or anything like that. It's very easy to do. So I'm going to put the Saber Customs website in the description down below so that you can check out their other products because they do some really impressive ones. And as you can probably tell, I'm buzzing with mine. It's a very cool and welcomed addition to my current ever-growing lightsaber collection. So yeah, just mad shouts to Saber Custom for this because I really do like this thing. So the last thing that I'm going to show you today is actually my favourite pickup recently. And I say pickup, but it's not something I picked up personally. It was sent to me. It was gifted to me by my friend Wittle Goblin, aka Witty, who is a fellow YouTuber that exists very much in the space of like crafting and wargaming. She's also a game designer. She's got a game coming out soon that's going to be awesome, Night Thirst. I'll put her stuff down below so that you can go check it out. But she sent me this because this is something that she made. Obviously, I've got my Turgo release coming out. She made this way before Turgo. This has been out for a while. And these are like really, really hard to get, super sought after. There was only like 100 made and she had like 3 left over and she sent me one, so mad shouts to Witty for that because yeah, when you get sent something that's like 1 of 100 and it's from the person that made it, and I know for a fact like when you make stuff and you've only got a couple left, you don't like giving them away because yeah, you hold them near and dear to your heart. So thank you so much for sending it. It really was an awesome thing to receive. So this is a little model version of her, like a little kawaii goblin version of her. She made these, she sold them, like you can't get these anymore. They're really sought after. But yeah, she sent me one of these, so obviously I was absolutely buzzing. So I'm going to show you what's inside this little box. But first of all, check out that super retro "Thank you for being you." She has a really cool sign off on her videos where she says, "You're currently making the world a better place just by being you." And I love that sign off, and yeah, that's kind of what it says there. So awesome. She's also a Twitch streamer. She streams like every single day. She's an absolute machine. So between doing YouTube and making her own game and releasing her own models and then also Twitch streaming every day, she's like one of the few people that I know that's like as tenacious at this stuff as myself. So inside is like a little bag, like a little pouch. Looks like it would have like jewels in or runes or something like that in like a fantasy quest. And there she is, look, that's stood on a little stand. I'll stand it up and get some close-up shots so that you can see it better. This is, like I said, like a little kawaii, like Japanese kind of goblin anime-looking version of her. And it's actually intended to be painted, so you glue it on that stand and then you can paint it or customize it in your own way. I'm a bit torn whether I want to paint it because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to like start painting it and then do a bad job. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll psych myself up to paint it because as much as I love it, it would be really nice breathing a bit of life into it because she's so full of life. So a little toy needs to represent that. So this was released by her in conjunction with Blacksite Studios, which is a company that's also making a game. We've also got another friend, Malev, who's made a game through them called Demon Ship, which is actually how I discovered all these people. That's how I discovered Witty, and it's how I discovered Malev, because they're game makers who make stuff with Blacksite Studio. So I'll also link that so you can follow them on Instagram and see the new games that are coming out from them, because like I said, Witty's got a game coming out with them. Malev's also just had another game that's come out with them, or he's just about to drop, that's like a cool old Ninja Scrolls homage. So yeah, all the kind of stuff that I love, and just a couple of really cool people to be connected with. So that's everything for today. Quite a few cool pickups, some nice toys, a really cute cool little goblin, and also more than enough VHS for any one man. But like I said, you can't turn them down when there's just a stash there waiting, but as I also said, I've probably rinsed through them all now. There's a couple of posters that I'm going to pick up, maybe a couple of laser discs. I did get some laser discs off him as well, but I've misplaced them, so I still haven't shown them some Godzilla and stuff, but I'll get to them in a future video. Shouts to Manga Spawn and the Killer Clown, shouts to Squirtle Kid for the photo shoot, and to Jason for the snake face, and yeah, shouts obviously to Saber Customs for the cool lightsaber. There'll be some information down below in the description where you can get hold of one of those custom sabers for yourself. Obviously, always fun to get them and unbox them, so if you are a company that makes cool props or anything like that and you'd like to send me one to review, then please get in touch because I love doing it. As I said at the start of this video, by now Turgo will have all sold out, hopefully, but if not, and you want to be part of that little movement that we've got going on at the minute, you want to be part of the first run of the Turgo hype, then the prints are still available. There is still a few prints left, so if you head over to slimehousestore.com, £20, you get a print plus postage, and yeah, you can be part of the little Turgo movement that I'm really pushing right now. My first ever action figure release. There he is, my boy. My guy Turgo, I love this little thing. And hopefully by now, you've got one on its way as well, if you was lucky enough to be one of the 9 people that managed to purchase one. And if you didn't, don't worry, we're going to be doing more colorways and things. We've already started to talk about different ideas for colorways and different weapons that he could maybe have and different attachments to go on his arm and things. Who knows? The sky's the limit when you're creating your own toys, and that's why I love it. The next video that I drop will probably be some kind of studio update or a toy making video or something like that. We've got some nice toy hunts in December that we're going to be going on. We're going to be at Stafford, so if you're at Stafford, come say hi. I'm going to have some Slimehouse stickers with me. Hopefully I've still got some left and I can give you one when we're at Stafford as well. So yeah, it's early December. I hope everybody's buzzing for Christmas. I've got an awesome Christmas collaboration video that I'm currently putting together. I've also got another collab that I'm doing in January. So yeah, lots of collabs coming on Slimehouse, lots of dope content and lots of dope videos to come. So I hope you're looking forward to it. If this is your first time checking out the channel, I'm Theo Kane. Please subscribe if you like this video. This is just like a sat-chilled unboxing kind of video, but we do all sorts of stuff on here. I do toy hunting episodes, I do crafting and building and toy making, currently building a studio in my garden. I make documentaries and all kinds of cool things. So if you like the vibe of this video, you're going to love the other stuff. Go back and binge the back catalogue, and if you like what you see, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I've also got a Patreon. If you want to help support future projects, you can head over to patreon.com/SlimeHouseTV. And something else that I want to tell you about before I wrap this thing up is now we've got a Discord. There's not a link that you can actually type in for the Discord, but I'll also link that down in the description below. So if you're cool, you want to bring some good vibes, you want to talk about toy collecting, what video games you're playing at the minute, what movies or series you're watching, then that's a great place to chop it up. And if you want to hit me up about anything, that's a real good place to go to if you want to like directly message me about anything that you've got going on, any business related stuff or anything like that. And then also I've got Instagram. If you want to drop me a message on there, that's also a great place to hit me up. They're the only 2 social medias that I'm really using now. I don't bother with Twitter or X. I'm not bothered about it. I like Instagram and I like Discord. So if you want to hit me up, they're the best places to go to. But with all that being said, I'm Theo Kane. This is Slimehouse TV. Thank you so much for joining me today. As I always say, with all the stuff on YouTube that you can be watching, it really means a lot that you want to come and hang out with me and watch me talk about VHS and posters and cool toys and everything. It really does mean a lot, and I really appreciate it. So shouts to everybody that made this video possible. Shouts to all the Patreons, the Slime Alliance, the Slime Renegades and Team Z, and I will catch you in the next episode. But until then, I'm gone.